asking.
Ginger, I hate to break it to you, but this is your television debut, but not as the host of Slumber Party, but merely as a
Well,
guest.
they told me it was my debut. I thought I got the starring role.
Well, no, not... Well, you are really the starring role. The guest is really the star.
Oh, all right.
But
then you
Miles
asked the
and I-
question of Miles.
Miles and I...
Miles and Lucy, they ask the questions, do they? All right, then. That's
now,
good.
Ginger-
Ask them.
Awfully good at being a ventriloquist there.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like to introduce us to the person attached to you?
Oh, the dummy behind me,
Dummy
you
behind
mean?
you.
Oh, his name is Nick Olcott. And he fancies himself an actor and a writer and a director. But well, we all know what he is. He's a dummy, he is.
Oh, no, I don't think that's entirely fair.
Well, Ginger can be a little harsh in his judgments sometimes.
Now, Ginger is pig number 3.
Ginger is pig number 3 in the classic tale of The Three Little Pigs,
Which-
as written by Bernard Langstaff.
Which is a play inside a play, as it were.
It is. Very Shakespearean in conception.
From Season's Greetings, which was just at the Roundhouse.
Right.
Which closed...
It closed right before Christmas. December 19th was our final performance.
And all over the house. Not a creature was...
Not even the pig.
Not
Not
even a
the
pig.
pig. No, the pigs got the holidays off.
And your character, Nick,
Yes.
Bernard, was the puppeteer who tormented children with lengthy renditions of childhood tales.
Well, no, that's an outside view.
Well, okay.
That it was
okay.
torment.
Right.
Bernard, in Season's Greetings by Alan Ayckbourn, was firmly convinced that these puppet shows were, in fact, the high point of Christmas for the entire family, and the children in particular. The puppet shows were his only contact with the children, and what he lived for all year. And this year's extravaganza was The Three Little Pigs, starring
16
ginger pigs.
16 scenes.
16 scenes.
With extensive scene changes in between.
Massive scenery. It was really
Well,
sort of a
I've read the
Les
book.
Mis kind of spectacle.
You read the book?
I read the book. And
The Three
it was,
Little Pigs
It was a little golden book, and it was about this big, and I don't think there were 10 pages in it. How was it padded out to make it a 15-hour...
And did Alan pad, or did Bernard pad, or did Nick Olcott, the actor, pad?
Well, you see, in the play as written by Alan Ayckbourn, we only get to see the first 3 scenes, at which time there is a debacle, a theatrical disaster of
Business on stage.
unparalleled proportions. Yes, that the other adults who have been subjected year after year to my puppet shows finally give in and attack the stage. They storm the stage and rip the wolf off and beat him to the ground. And only Ginger remained unscathed in that debacle.
Not exactly unscathed, but...
Now,
well.
a little tattered and torn. Now, did you actually made the puppets yourself?
Well, I did, in conjunction with the props mistress, Cherish Klinglesmith, who I think has one of the great names of all time.
Klinglesmith.
Isn't that a wonderful name?
Is that a made-up name?
No, that's her real name, I asked. It is her real name, her
Cherish
real given birth
Klinglesmith.
certificate name. It's a wonderful name.
Great.
Makes Ginger Pig look a little...
Very creative woman. She came up
Yeah,
with the original idea. In the script, it merely says that these are handmade, lovingly made puppets that look a little bit amateurish and
No.
a
I
little
don't
bit
think you did a
sad.
very good job.
So she came up with the
Amateurish.
original idea of the Purex bottle for the head, an American classic.
Yeah.
And she had built a body for Ginger. I wasn't very happy with the body that she had built, and I redesigned that myself, gave him the fetching little pants that you see. I made
nice.
those myself out of a kitchen towel.
They are splendid.
Aren't they wonderful? And the arms and the legs out of the toilet paper rolls, and the film canisters for hands.
So you could do this at home, kids. I mean,
You sure could.
You got nothing to do.
If you've got a hot glue gun, you can do most anything in life, I found.
And you made all of them?
What I did, I made Ginger. Ginger is my handiwork. Cherish then duplicated him for pigs number 1 and 2. Hubert and Wilfred Pig. You're getting rather intimate with Ginger there.
You better watch him.
Have you two been introduced?
Hello, Miles.
Miles is a little piggish, so we need to...
Yeah, Lucy says I'm a
that's all
pig, so what do you think of that?
I say congratulations to you, Miles. It's the highest form of life.
I've told you that 1,000 times, and you never listen to me.
Then the wolf, I gave Cherish a suggestion that I really wanted his snout built out of a liter Coke bottle. And she found a way to attach that to the head, and then I decorated the face of the wolf, and then the dog.
Waggums,
Wagons.
who was everybody's favorite, I think.
His entrance
Stole
often
the
got
show.
applause, it is true.
Was he attacked by the adults as well?
Sometimes he
killed in
would
the melee.
accidentally get caught in the wolf as the wolf was being yanked off stage. And
Yeah.
Wagums occasionally took part in the debacle, but sometimes remained unscathed on the sidelines.
What was the essential difference between the wolf and Wagums?
Wagums is very
Puppet-wise.
small and very cute.
Oh,
Wagums was
okay.
made out of
Fluffy.
a hand dust mop. I knew I wanted a dog made out of a dust mop. We sought far and wide to find a small dust mop, only this big. And we constructed a head and a neck and legs out of hair curlers. And
But now, this isn't the only thing that you do. I mean, as Ginger said, you're an actor and
Not
a
that it wouldn't be
director
enough,
and a writer.
basically.
it would make my life rich and happy.
However,
Yes,
there are
however.
other aspects that you...
I mean, I only got
appreciate.
involved in this puppetry business because I am an actor and was cast in the role of Bernard.
And that was your job.
And that was my job, to create these puppets and make them my own. But no, I act, I write, and I direct.
And what's coming up for you?
Well, I'm currently in rehearsal at Metro Stage,
Formerly
In-
American Showcase.
formerly American Showcase
Which
in
is
Alexandria.
still on Duke Street in Alexandria.
Yes,
Yeah.
in a lovely new space, newly
here.
renovated space.
Beautiful.
Doing another British play. It seems to be my year for British plays. This one, Simon Gray's Close of Play.
Which David Jackson is directing.
David Jackson is directing, exactly.
And then what else?
And then after that, I'm already working at Arena as assistant director for another Alan Ayckbourn play, Revengers Comedies, which is a huge and wonderful play that takes place over 2 evenings. It requires a hefty investment of audience time, but it's well worth it. It's a wonderful play about 2 people who meet on a bridge at midnight when they're both committing suicide, and they decide to take revenge on the people who've ruined their lives. But so that it will be untraceable, they swap revenges.
Strangers on a Train.
Great.
It definitely bears elements of Strangers on a Train.
Yeah,
The second half of the play is decidedly Hitchcockian in tone.
nice.
Yeah.
To get that shot with the eyeglasses.
Difficult
Can't
to
that
do on stage.
You're right.
And you're co-directing with...
Co-directing would be a lovely way
Oh,
to
I'm
put
sorry.
it.
Assistant
director.
director.
What is this?
Funny term in the theater. It often can be nothing more than fetching coffee for the director, or it can mean truly co-directing. I will be somewhere betwixt and between on this production. Doug Wager, the artistic director, will be directing. What I will be doing is both sitting at his elbow, keeping notes for him, and, yes, getting him coffee and making sure he eats. He tells me he often forgets to eat. But I will also be involved, because it is such a massive play, he will not have time to do every review rehearsal. He will often have to have 2 rehearsals running simultaneously. So I will be running
The other one.
the other ones, the review rehearsals. And in addition, I probably will be understudying the leading character.
Wow.
Wow. What you
And
got have
then,
to do?
and then the writing?
The writing, yes, I've got 3 projects coming up this year.
You're a busy man, this
I
is
try to
Bill.
stay busy.
Do you have a real job?
What are you talking
If I
about?
had time, I would,
This is a
believe me.
real job,
We
Miles.
just don't have many artists that can do nothing but their art.
I'm very lucky.
You are.
I mean,
Well,
it
you work very
requires
hard,
me
one of the two.
working 4 or 5 jobs simultaneously.
Yeah.
But I do support myself entirely through the
I
arts.
think you're
That's
the
great.
first, real, genuine working actor we've probably ever had on the
Yeah,
show.
I think you're right.
Now, the art's broadly defined, mind you.
Right.
I mean, I do every year represent Desitin diaper rash ointment at the American Pediatricians Convention.
You represent in
There
what
we
way?
go.
No,
Depends.
no depends. No,
Don't laugh.
I
Look
staff
at
the
Olson,
booth
maybe.
and I give out
Depends.
samples and so forth.
Definite. I want definite. And that's well paid, I assume.
Let's just say that in 4 days I make 1/10 of my yearly salary.
I think I'd keep doing
Yeah.
it, even if it
Yes,
meant
I
wearing
do.
a diaper.
I do keep that job and try to clear the decks for it.
And can you talk about the things that you're writing? Or
Yes, for Interact Theater Company,
Katie Fly.
for Katie Fly's group, I'm writing a musical biography of a British star who was a star for 40 years named Ivor Novello.
I've heard of Ivor Novello.
You have heard? You're the second American I've ever heard.
I'm fairly well read for an American, I think.
As it goes.
Yes, he was a phenomenal star. He started out as a songwriter, then became a movie star, then became a stage star, then became a playwright, and by the end was writing, producing. He never directed. He always had other directors. But he wrote, he produced, he starred in, and he wrote the music and sometimes the lyrics for grand musical extravaganzas at the Drury Lane in London.
Sounds
Right.
a little bit like you, really.
Well,
Man-
I would love to think that I was as prolific as he or as talented as he.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay.
Nick, thank you very much.
Thanks
Thank you,
for having me
Ginger.
on.
Thank you,
you.
Ginger.
Good boy, I wish I could
If
talk
you stick
more.
around, we'll have
your
Adam
arms
West
could
up
move
in
more.
just a few moments.
Boy,
Bye. Wait, bye.
What do
Can
these
you
things
wait?
do? His arms don't move.
boy. He's able to waggle side to side.
If it's all my love, if it's all my baby that knock you out, gotta hang of this jewel, gotta find a way to her heart. And when I see her spinning around in girlish prime, gets me high, and I try. Oh, she moves so heavenly. Have I gone to heaven? Have I gone to a place where angels dwell on the wings of pleasure? Up above the clouds we sail, and when I see her spinning around in girlish prime, gets me high, and I try. And when I hold her, drifting slowly out of time, I draw the line. She'll be mine. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Too much time until we next meet. So many wonders at my feet. Too much time until we next meet. With the world before us, like a moving picture drenched in light, all the scenes I'll savor as we shine on burning bright. And when I see her spinning around in girlish prime, gets me high, and I try. And when I hold her, drifting slowly out of time, I'll draw the line. She'll be mine. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Too much time until we next meet. So many wonders at my feet. Too much time. Too much time. Too much time until we next meet. So many wonders at my feet. It's too much time. Yeah. And too much time. And too much time. It's too much time. Yes, sir.
This is Adam West. This is Jake Starr over here. A name like that, you had to be a rock musician, didn't you?
Absolutely.
And sitting to Jake's right is Ray. We have Bill, Andrew, and Tom, who drums on a pillow.
Sounds good then.
Not normally.
Not usually, yeah.
Now, you guys are usually a lot louder.
Yeah.
This is a challenge for
Much
you, isn't
louder.
it?
Much louder.
Considerably.
We do normally sweat about this much, though.
Yeah, we're usually by the first song.
Tom Jones, Starr over there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tom Jones Starr.
Well, that's kind of a nickname.
Sorry, just...
Sort of a self-designated nickname.
Excuse me?
You like Tom Jones?
Tom Jones is my hero.
We adore Tom.
One of my heroes.
One of the many.
Debbie Harry's another hero. I try to like meld the two in my
And
image.
so where did Adam West come from, the name of the band?
Where did it come from?
What do you think?
No, there's there's no Batman reference. We just kind of came up with it. 2 words that sounded good.
You know, that's really incredible. I would have thought for sure.
No, actually, the scoop is,
Like running around in our underwear and stockings?
well, that's normal occurrence anyway with this band. Actually, we're in much better shape than the real ones.
What, than Adam West?
Adam West.
Well, he's 65.
Oh, you mean that?
Right.
Yeah, barrel stomach is what he has.
Exactly.
Actually,
Oh, sorry. Yes.
it was when the band first started. I guess it was Bill Ray and I were together, and we were sitting in my living room, and we were coming up with names. And since we kind of have like a 60s type sound, we wanted to go for something that maybe reflected that in the name.
Evoked.
And so we came up with a list of stuff, and they all sounded really stupid. And on my wall, I have a framed autographed picture of Adam West, because I met him when I was about 8 years old in Philadelphia at a car show.
You saw the Batmobile.
The Batmobile was on tour. My dad
that's
took me,
what it was.
and it says to Jake, from one crime fighter to another, Adam West, and it's a picture of him. And Bill looked up on the wall and said, "Yes, sir."
Adam West.
That was it.
One crime fighter to... No, that's a bit long.
Exactly. God, why can't we get a crime fighter in the top?
But I think it definitely works because, I mean, here's a guy who has sort of this mock epic quality to him, you know, but he basically is a silly guy in tights. So
It's tongue-in-cheek
That's
as
how
we
you see
are.
yourself?
sort of the tongue-in-cheek superhero, which is sort of like what we are.
Parallels.
Tongue-in-cheek superheroes.
We're tongue-in-cheek superheroes.
Yeah, but the song didn't sound like a parody. I mean, it sounded like a real song.
No. We take our music pretty
Miles, take the music
seriously.
very
That's
seriously.
good. That's good.
As you can see.
Yeah, I can tell.
See, they've memorized their lyrics.
No, I always
It's an anti-cheat sheet.
I know.
So no, that song was Heavenly?
Yeah, that's Heavenly. That's a relatively
That
new
song was
song.
heavenly.
It was.
Thank you.
What is she? She's twirling in her divine youth. No, what the hell was it?
Spinning around in girlish prime.
There you go.
I just have this picture of this young girl, maybe 11.
Not too young.
Okay. maybe 18 or 19, like a sundress, kind of
11
spinning.
and 12.
19.
Maybe not that young, but she's
She looked
definitely
13. I swear to God, she did.
She's in her girlish prime, like in a sundress, kind of spinning around, you know.
Okay, that's enough.
And you had to write this. No,
Yeah,
do you do
right.
all
He wrote
originals?
this in
Do you do
jail.
some covers?
We do a couple covers live, and as a matter of fact, our next single is going to have a cover of an old 70s pop cheesy hit called Vehicle by a band called the Ides of March.
How dare you call that a cheesy hit? It's a great song.
I'm sorry, were you in the band?
No, I was in the 70s, though.
No, we weren't.
So what's the next song you're going to do first?
Next song we're going to do is an original called Havoc in My Heart.
An
One of the
oldie.
first songs Adam West ever wrote.
It was actually a song that was written acoustically, so
Yeah.
that's why we
Hey!
Just strange.
It should work. It should work.
tailor-made.
Well, off you go.
Yes.
Let's try it.
With Bill's indulgence.
Yeah, Ray.
2, 3, 4.
See you standing there in the night. Walk away and say that I'll be fine. Never putting up with the fight. Yeah, I'm back with you again, and you let it go on and on, and you let it go on and on. You know you let it go on and on. Wreaking havoc in my heart. Play your games and start again. I'm walking at your door. You're begging me for more. I'm back with you again, and you let it go on and on, and you let it go on and on. You know you let it go on and on. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm walking at your door. You're begging me for more. I'm back with you again, and you let it go on and on, and you let it go on and on. You know you let it go on and on. And you let it go on and on. Well, I know when you said goodbye, that you'd be back to me, and I know that we'll be together on and on. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba.
A maraca in a sock.
Maraca and two socks. Now, you said you had a single?
For twice the protection.
We have a new single coming out in Australia, of all
In
places.
Australia?
In Australia.
How did you manage
I went to
that?
Australia several years ago because I'm a record collector, and I went to a record store and met this guy, and we kept up our relationship. We both fax each other, rather hard sometimes, but we fax each other. We fax each other, and we've kept in touch. We've kept in touch, and when our first single came out, I sent it to him going, oh, this is my band, do you like it? And he loved it, and he has his own record label down there. So he goes, send me like a tape, we'll pick up some songs and do it. So we have a 4-track, 7-inch EP coming out next month.
And so you've recorded that already?
Oh, it's all been recorded.
And where did you record that?
We recorded at WGNS, right down the road on Glebe Road. That's Jeff Turner and Charles Bennington's studio.
Yeah.
Very, very nice guys, nice environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, very good.
yeah.
We've been in there 3 times already.
Sounds like a radio station.
So it's...
It stands for We Got No Studio.
No, we got no studio.
We Got No Studio.
They're
WGNS.
classy guys, basically.
They're classy guys.
They're classy.
So now this single will be released in Australia, and then do you suppose it'll be in the import section of the single?
Probably what's going to happen is he's got distribution. He's got distribution in Europe, Japan, and Australia. So he's going to press, I guess, initially 1,000 and send like 800 out for distribution. Send us maybe the remaining 200, and then we'll take care of them ourselves.
You gonna put it in the import bins or like the local music bins?
Local music bins. Immediately in the cutout bins.
The trash bins. Just in the bin.
Yeah.
In the bin, as it were.
No, it's going to be absolutely incredible. I just have
It
to
may
say
actually
that
be
honestly.
incredible, yeah.
It should be.
It's
It should be.
It's definitely. When you hear our version of Vehicle, which unfortunately we can't do today.
People will be just throwing babies up in the air.
Yeah, babies will be
Screaming
thrown.
for their
We don't care
They'll
about
never
flowers
come
and
back.
Babies.
Have you noticed that she keeps looking at me through this whole thing?
She fancies you,
Bill's
That's my sister that Bill's in love with. And, Nastasia Starr.
Nastasia.
Nastasia Starr.
layoff.
She's a guardian
It's
angel.
very disconcerting.
Yeah, she goes where we go.
Now you guys are playing
go with you.
January the 14th.
Yes, we're playing January the 14th,
Black
Friday
Cat.
night at the Black Cat.
Do they have their liquor license?
Yes, they do.
Got the liquor
They
license
have lots of
about
liquor.
3 weeks ago, and there's been a
It's a
booze-a-thon
lovely
ever
space. Have you
since.
been there?
Of course not.
It's huge.
A great place to see a band.
Way up,
They really care.
14th on
Yeah.
14th between S&T.
Okay, S&T.
1831 14th Street.
There
Very
we
good.
go. And then after that, you're playing in February.
We're playing February 19th, Saturday night at the 15-Minute Club.
Oh, really?
15th and out.
I
It's
can't
a
make
month
that.
away, don't worry about it.
Do you have a conflict
Tom, they
there,
have to.
Tom?
Oh, no.
He always has a
Clear it
conflict.
out.
No problem.
Conflicts.
Conflict is what keeps this band fresh.
That's why I'm sweating.
You collect records.
Tom has a
what
problem, but it
record
should
do you
clear
listen
up
to
by
every
now.
week.
What record do I listen to
I'm
every
taking
week?
Do you have one
Vacation,
record
you
that
know.
you listen to?
Well, my favorite band is The Who, and I have to say that the thing that I can put on any time of day,
You're English, aren't you?
well, yeah.
He's trying.
Quadrophenia pretty much changed my life the first time I heard it. I just thought that was the most
And that's
amazing
what
thing
made
I've
Jake
ever.
Starr decide that he wanted to be.
Oh no, that happened a long time
That
ago.
was Tom
Actually,
Jones?
the first thing I can remember about wanting to be a rock star was hearing Backstabbers by the
OJs,
OJs,
yeah.
because I grew up in Philadelphia, so the OJs were from Philadelphia. My mom had that 45, and my aunt and uncle came over to visit, and I probably wasn't more than 5 or 6, and I put on. They were walking in the door because they were being picked up at the train station. So as soon as they walked in the door, I put on Backstabbers and got on top of the coffee table and
Yeah.
kind of did like my own mock video.
Uh-huh.
We sometimes incorporate this into the act. But,
Do you backstabbers?
Still using the same stage moves.
right, I'm still saying when I was 5 years
White
old.
fringe.
Right.
You don't need the coffee table anymore.
No, not usually, but I'm more comfortable in bed anyway.
Do you play tambourine when you play?
Absolutely, I'm just
Yeah.
loaning
Figured.
Tom my tambourine and
Tambourine
maracas
lessons
now.
now.
We have to play the real instruments, so we give Jake the tambourine.
Yeah,
machine.
yeah.
Singer.
I
Well, he's got to carry something.
gotta do something. I gotta walk in with a bag.
Have the armadillo in your bag.
I don't need an armadillo.
Sorry.
Get into that.
No, good Tom Jones story. The last time we were playing at the Black Cat, I'm sitting there playing my guitar, looking down at my hands way too much, and so I thought, well, I'll make eye contact with the rest of the band, see what they're doing. And I look up, and Jake's out on this extended platform that comes out from the front of the stage, which apparently no one had used up to that point. And he's out right on the lip of the stage, just the spotlight hidden with his hand in the air, and I thought, that's Tom Jones. Yeah. I
was leaning on one leg, like putting one hip out,
Right.
had my other hand out, and like, you know, blowing a kiss to somebody. I don't know. It was,
And have you had knickers thrown on the stage yet?
that hasn't happened yet. No.
So
Not
everybody
necessarily.
watching, that,
Yeah.
it would make Jake's
Yeah,
night.
that would be
Girl
good.
fans.
And
Oh,
girls.
girls.
And guys, boys and girls
Yeah.
alike.
Right.
I'll give you Whitford.
I'll give you wet
All right, so this next song is, and I know this, it's called Salt of the Earth.
Yes. No, this
did
is
not
You didn't write this song.
No, we did not write. This is a Rolling Stones song from their best album, I think, Beggar's Banquet.
And you need this, don't you?
Yes, we
And
did.
I'm gonna have to put on my Merle Haggard hat for this one. Yeah.
Let's drink to the hardworking people. Let's drink to the lonely at birth. Raise a glass to the good and the evil. Let's drink to the salt of the earth.
Say a prayer for the common foot soldier. Spare part for his back-breaking work. Say a prayer for his wife and his children, who burn the fires and who still till the earth. When I search in the faceless crowd, swirling mass of face in black and white, they don't look real to me. In fact, they look so strange. Raise a glass to the hardworking people. Let's drink to the uncounted heads. Let's drink to the wavering millions. Let's drink to the salt of the earth. Say a prayer for the common foot soldier. Spare part for his back-breaking work. Say a prayer for his wife and his children, who burn the fires and who still till the earth. When I look in the faceless crowd, swirling mass of face in black and white, they don't look real to me. Oh, don't they look so strange? Let's drink to the hardworking people. Let's drink to the lonely at birth. Raise your glass to the good and the evil. Let's drink to the salt of the earth. Say a prayer for the common foot soldier. Spare part for his back-breaking work. Say a prayer for his wife and his children, who burn the fires and who still till the earth.
Something went flying.
It was in your shirt, I think.
And it slipped down the...